Greg McCarthy, Victorian, starting on the front row of the grid. A couple of Victorians on the road to the grid as we get ourselves set for a race start.
Here we go for Australian VW Performance Centre, who are putting the money up for the Nationals this year. We are away for heat race number 3. What a real tardy start for Heath Collinson out of row 2. Looked like it was almost about to go into a stall. It bogged down very, very viciously, and he did not get away well at all. So Kinsella and McCarthy run side by side up through the first couple of corners. We've got a slow car up the back as well, which is the number 44 of Darren Power. Looks like it has very, very minimal drive at the moment. Great launch for Stuart Vaughan as well aboard the Stealth. He's moved up into 4th place, and he's gained 3 spots on the opening lap.
Reeve McCarthy all over the back of Michael Kinsella. This is about the most pressure that Kinsella's been under all weekend long. McCarthy right on his tail as they head up through turn number 7. Andre Currin, a decent start, moving up into 3rd position. Ahead of Stuart Vaughan, who, like you said, got a terrific jump and has moved up into position number 4. And confirmation as well that it's a retirement for car number 44. That car has been unfortunately forced to pull off into the old pit lane on the old pit straight here at Winton Motor Raceway. Darren Power is out of this one.
Yes, he's out of this one after just a couple of corners, but importantly he's out of harm's way and is behind the concrete wall in safety in the old pit complex. McCarthy really giving Kinsella the hurry up here. I'm wondering if McCarthy's got the mentality here of maybe strike early, because they've had a little bit of a history, these two. They've come together once before at the 2020 event, 2021 event we had here last year, and it was at this part of the course here where it happened. There was a bit of wheel-to-wheel contact that sent them ironically into the pit fence, or the old pit lane fence on their right-hand side, and retired them both from that particular encounter. So I'm wondering whether McCarthy wants to try and effect a pass fairly early in this, and then see if he can clear away from the 35 of Michael Kinsella. Andre Currin's not letting these guys get out of sight all that easily either. Stuart Vaughan's going with them. They've got a fairly handy margin back to Nick Jones around the 2.5 to 2 seconds.
Or McCarthy having a big sniff down the inside at turn number 7, but Kinsella keeps the door shut. One driver who's not had a good start, Heath Collinson, he's fallen all the way back to 9th position. Remember, he started up on the 2nd row of the grid, so it's not been an ideal start. There he is, back there, attacking the back of Darren Williams. battle. So this is the third position. So Stuart Vaughan's managed to get ahead of Andre Currin. Currin back down the inside though at turn number 3.
Great exchange between the seasoned campaigner Stuart Vaughan and rookie and Andre Currin. Stuart Vaughan's been the iRacing Formula Vee series champion for the Australians, put on by the Australian series for the last 2 years, so 2020 and 2021. Hasn't got off the ground this year. I'm not sure if it's going to be another year of racing, but it was great through the COVID pandemic in years of 2020 and 2021 that a number of the drivers in the series were able to just at least have a little bit of fun.
So Stuart Vaughan doing a good job to being up in position number 3. Done a bit of other racing as well, apart from Formula Vee. Stuart Vaughan, we've seen that he's run all things Mazda 6 diesel in the New South Wales Production Touring Car Championship, one of the ex-Australian Grand Prix Celebrity Challenge cars, which he ran in that series. It's now driving for Dylan Thomas's CXC racing team in Formula Vee. Brand new engine in that car for this weekend as well.
Like there might have been some sort of undiagnosed mechanical problem that caused the spin for Jake Rowe we're hearing on the wire that is definitely unexpected. Here goes Currin having a bit of a lunge down the inside of turn 3. Couldn't quite make the move stick. At the moment, Stuart Vaughan holds on. And this great exchange for the last step on the rostrum in the third heat race of the Formula Vee 1600s. Going to the wire, very loose for Stuart Vaughan. Rear end wanted to get away from him through the sweeper, pushing extremely hard to keep the talented rookie behind.
They're pushing hard, both Stuart Vaughan and Andre Currin. However, their lap times not all that flash at the moment. Both of them in the 1 minute 36 as the last time around. Pete Collinson, who's behind them on the racetrack, punched out at 1 minute 34.6. So Collinson was almost 2 seconds quicker than both of them. We can hear the controlled Dunlop tyres protesting on the road, particularly up around that Gumtree section of the circuit where the drivers will be battling understeer and battling to get the front of their cars turned in with direction changes. Currin back down the inside of Vaughan at turn 11. They're going to run side by side through the final 2 corners on the racetrack, giving each other just enough for a really good respect being shown between both of these drivers. They've run side by side for a number of corners, but they've managed to avoid making contact with one another.
See what, Currin almost must have been watching the footage of Max Bonney and Steve Butcher yesterday to come from that far back and have a really big lunge at turn 11. That was great to watch. And then Stewie Vaughan saw him coming, left the gap, and then they ran side by side through the last couple of corners. Another look down at turn 3 for Andre Currin. This is costing them time. They were in the 36s again, and Collinson again in the 34, so he's going to be right on them.
Thomas back.
Oh, it's a
and here we
three-way
go.
scrap.
This is the contest for third position.
Collinson's going to get two in one go here as he's got Andre Currin. Will he get down the inside of Stuart Vaughan? This is the last lap. Oh, it's so close to sending it. Vaughan had to leave him a little bit of room there. I said Collinson would be on them by the last lap, and he is right there now. McCarthy's taken the lead away from Kinsella. So he had a really rough couple of laps in this heat race. Collinson is going to get the Jockey Bickies and come home in third place, so he's managed to somehow find his way past Stuart Vaughan. What a great scrap for the last couple of spots in this race. So Collinson home for third, Stuart Vaughan for fourth, and Currin fifth, so nothing to be frowned upon